This podcast is brought to you by The Healthy Hub.
Excuse me.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just to Kick It Is a Blessing podcast with your host, Keith Tupac Gatiramu. Thank you for coming in today and vibing with me for another week. I really appreciate this, guys, and without further ado, I will let my special guest introduce himself.
First, can I say, Mom, I'm on TV. I made it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm Melvin Macharia,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Ombudsman, a.k.a. Twillo Smith, all those AKAs.
Yeah.
I recently graduated from USIU.
Wow,
And
congratulations.
recently, last week.
Yeah.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
Finally. Yeah, and what else can I say about myself? I can shamelessly plug myself.
Plug yourself, bro.
Easy. I have a pillow business.
Yeah.
It's called Twillos. I make pillows from people's favorite tweets.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do that on the side, but mostly I'm a PR and digital media person.
Wow.
Yes.
Bro, well done, man.
Thank you.
I'll definitely look for a pillow with my favorite
do.
tweet, man.
Please do.
Because I have one that always, is always in my head. So
Yeah. I thought just to kick it is a blessing. Because you know me, I've known you from time.
yeah, and I've always said
your
that.
photos on IG, the caption.
Yeah.
Just to kick it is a blessing.
Yeah. But it means just to be alive is a blessing, and don't you think so?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is,
Yeah.
I actually got to know that quote from an A$AP Rocky song.
Yeah, it is from A$AP Rocky.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
my presence is my presence. Just to kick it is a blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is from A$AP Rocky. I can't remember the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. First of all, congratulations. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you.
And yeah, so guys, for those who are tuning in today, me and my friend Melvin are gonna talk about social pressure, bro.
Yeah. It's a state of emergency right now. So many people are capping.
Yeah.
There's so much that's going on social media.
Yeah.
And for me, I had an affinity towards social media from Kitambo, way back in the days as a kid.
I remember those guys who used to have those thousands of followers.
We were the cool kids of back in the days. But then you have to find like a balance.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you'll go on social media, there's so much comparison.
Yeah.
Bro, I finished my coursework in January.
Yeah.
And from January up until September, this is when I've realized, wow, I was so naive. Because me, I would take what people post at face value.
Yeah.
So if I see Tupac has a car,
Yeah.
me, I'm still there in
Futsi.
Subaru, Futsubishi.
Yeah.
I would be like, that pressure.
Yeah.
And especially for us men,
Yeah.
the pressure is actually more rampant.
Yeah.
And that's why we have serious cases of mental health issues for us men.
Yeah, it's so true.
Bro, I've lost so many friends, like from 2017.
Yeah.
It was a roller coaster.
Wow.
And now with the
I'm
pandemic.
so sorry about that.
Yeah, and now with the pandemic, things have even worsened. Like this year, I've lost like 3 friends. Yeah. Just due to mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like what you've said is like I feel like we're in a very tricky space for men. And the thing is, and I think I even had this conversation the other day with one of my friends, is for me, I believe in 15 years. Or like, okay, maybe in 15 years is a bit too close. But I believe like in 20, 30 years, it'll be empower the boy child. Because the boy child is really, really suffering.
Yeah.
And social pressure has made it 2, 3, 4 times worse.
Yeah.
And just like you said, like even for me, sometimes I feel like, there's that social pressure, and what even makes it worse is extended family members.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever gotten pressure from an external family member. Those
Many
guys,
times.
Many,
Bro. Many times. Like for me,
Give us an example.
For me, I've taken like years to graduate.
Yeah.
Because I had to change schools. I was in Riara, then went to USIU.
Yeah.
And so at some point, it was like you go to Shags. You're even afraid to go to Shags because you'll be asked, hey, no jamaliza.
Yeah.
Tunakuja
graduation lini?
Exactly. Yeah. Now it's another step. Now I'll be asked, hey, unaleta bibi lini?
Yeah.
So there's that pressure. And for us men, there's, I say men, we are success objects.
Yeah.
Women are sex objects.
Oh.
For a woman, once she's born, her value, she already has a value.
Yeah.
For us men, we have to work for that value.
Wow.
I've
never had that, bro. That's a good point. Yeah.
So it's either, and it revolves around three things.
Yeah.
It's either it revolves around power, around money, and around status.
Yeah.
For us men. So once for a woman, you have so much power as a woman.
Yeah.
Because you can actually bring someone to life. As in you, there's attention. You don't actually need that validation.
Yeah.
But now for us men, like there's that pressure. That's usually so.
Actually, as a man, like from what I'm getting from what you said, as a man, when you're born, there's actually nothing you've brought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not for you now, because the only way you're going to get mamas is if you have money, if you have power or status.
Yeah.
Or either if you're funny.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, at least.
Ulikuwa funny.
Yeah. But now it has become a point where that's not enough.
Yeah.
It's me who's insecure. Yeah. So I've become a point where, so those are the struggles we have as men.
Yeah.
That's just one example. There's so many facets to why social media is affecting our mental health, and especially for us boys. CC, we don't have a chamas. Women have chamas. Where they can talk, where they can nini. For me, my only therapy is just to kick it as a blessing podcast.
Cheers,
yeah,
bro.
You're like the hood therapist right now.
Yo, you just put my points, bro. I'm sure after this now the shorties know my status has increased a bit.
Exactly. How to be a wingman.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so like for us guys, as men, a man can use 10 G's on botis one day.
Yeah.
But for him to pay for therapy,
no.
That's a situation.
Yeah.
And then for us guys, we see things as it is. Like I usually say, happiness, how I define happiness is reality minus expectation. And now that we have social media, all three platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, Snapchat and Instagram, Twitter, everyone on Twitter is broke. And everyone on Twitter has problems, and we won't lie. So I enjoy Twitter.
But Twitter guys always complaining by the
Exactly. But once you engage Snapchat, Instagram, Tupac was at Milan today. Tomorrow is in Coast, is in Diani. So as in there's that pressure as us guys, and we don't talk about it. So what we'll do, we'll just compress it, suppress it, until now we can't suppress it anymore. So like, as in with social media, it's there's a balance. There's lack of self-awareness. As men, we are not self-aware. You're like one of the first guys who have seen, who's self-aware? Me, I had to take a break of social media this year.
To me.
Yeah, and it's something actually I'm doing as a job.
Yeah.
And so once I took a break, I was able to be self-aware and realize, okay, I don't like this and this and that. It's not a must. I'm at every party.
It's our choice to make.
Yeah.
FOMO is bad.
Yeah, FOMO is bad.
But can I tell you something? Like, for me, like, I'm happy you think that I'm self-aware. And the thing is, I don't even think at that level where I really want to be, because I still struggle with knowing who Tupac is. You get? I still constantly ask myself, who's Tupac? And, and even the other day I had this interesting conversation with one of my friends. Yeah, he's called HK. Shout out to HK, man.
I know HK.
You know HK? Yeah, shout out to HK, yeah. And I was just asking him about introspection, and I was asking him, bro, how does someone get to a point of, introspection? Because as much, and I'm going to be honest with this, and I'm sure my dad's going to ask me about this, but it is what it is. But as much as I feel like a lot has happened in my life, I'm still not satisfied. Forget what the world expects.
But let me ask you.
Me personally, I'm not satisfied, But
as humans, can we ever
be satisfied?
Yeah. Because we, like, more money, more problems.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, bro, me, I was even thinking about this recently. Like, even I can go on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Because you have been tarmacking this past few months.
Yeah.
I can go on LinkedIn. I see LinkedIn, is like the lesser evil of this social media platform. You go on LinkedIn, hey, you see so and so guys are working.
But the LinkedIn is actually even sometimes more pressure than Instagram.
Yeah.
At least Instagram you can lie to yourself, gym, nini. LinkedIn, 18, I don't know.
LinkedIn, that's
30 businesses, I don't know working at where.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
You're like,
LinkedIn.
I see, I was in the club with this guy, Jana. What do you mean that he runs what? So, like, can we ever figure satisfaction? Like, is there a time where I feel like everyone looks for validation in different things? Let me just put it like that.
So,
yeah.
I think you can never reach a point for where you're satisfied. You get? But for me, when I asked my friend that question, is because I knew internally there was something wrong that needed a solution. And that's why I told him, bro, how do you find this moment of introspection? And he told me just one simple phrase. He asked me, every day when you wake up, do you think you're being the best version of yourself? And I was like, that's a very good question, Yeah. And he told me for him, that's how he's been working to find out who he is and be a better person. Because like you said, even me, I feel pressure, yeah? And I always say, like, I see some snap, I'm like, hey, pressure, bro. I say, I'm like, yo, like, there's actually a lot of social pressure, even for someone like me, Like, I watch snaps, I'm like, hey, and I feel like leaving the house this weekend. Yeah. Like, not that I really need to or have to, but it's because of that social pressure.
Yeah.
You get? So, it's important to, like, get to a point for where I'm like, okay, I don't need to actually do this because I don't want to. Because sometimes I even find myself going out and I don't want to. It's just social pressure.
Yeah. I think that's FOMO. Yeah. But also, for me, my biggest issue with social media is actually that comparison aspect.
Yeah.
There's this, I don't know whether it's like a verse or it's a quote that says comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, I've seen that thing.
And
but I think that's
for overthinkers like me.
Yeah.
Me, I'll overthink where I was overthinking in the first place. Yeah, so
don't kill me.
Yeah, so like one thing I realized with social media.
Yeah.
Social media. One thing I realized with social media. Why I took that break is because it had figured a point where I started becoming a character. I didn't know I was building a character over the years. So it became a point where if I meet with you now, I have social anxiety because I'm expected to be vibes and inshallah every time. I'm expected to be the life of the party every time, which is not the case. Me, I'm a shy guy who loves to chill. So I think that's the expectation that affects our mental health, And like I said, like happiness is reality minus expectations. Like once we are able to eliminate ourselves from that expectation, by just being vulnerable. Once you started this podcast, I was like, okay, there's a different side to the Tupac I know. So that's like a solution. One of the solutions we need as like other influencers. Like me, I'm in the PR world. So I deal a lot with media guys and influencers. And I see the rate at which guys will go just to cap.
Yeah.
And just to hold that image. Like it's crazy. Like, especially men, men are doing the craziest things just for go up. Guys are being pimped out to other older men. Just for racks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
To take their shorty out the next week. That's crazy. So I guess we have a situation.
Yeah. No. We do. And for me, the one thing that I always like try and tell people is as much as there's all this social pressure and everything happening around you, the first step to avoid it is, self-awareness and learning to know yourself, learning to know your boundaries, and learning all these things. Because I feel like also one thing that builds a lot of social pressure for a lot of us is the fact that we think because we went to the same schools as people, or we go to the same clubs, whether it's a golf club or whatever it is, we have the same status or whatever, but not necessarily, And for me, one of the craziest things I found out was, some of the people that I was chilling with were getting like, bro, 6, 7, 8 times my allowance. So how the hell am I gonna keep up with that person,
Yeah.
And once it got to the point where I realized that you don't have to, you need to know your boundaries. And once you realize the point of your boundaries, I think that's when I became happiest. But
When was your wake up call?
I think for me, a lot has happened in my life that has led me to know who I am and accept who I am. And before I got the chance to accept who I am, I really fought who I was. Like, I always had this idea of who is Tupac, but then that's what you said, reality minus expectation.
Yeah.
It wasn't real. It wasn't real.
Yeah.
You get? And I needed to get to a point where I was honest with myself about a lot of things. And once I got to that point, I realized I became much happier because like you said, like, it got to a point where, okay, I'm going to say this and I know my parents wouldn't be happy about it, but it is what it is, yeah? You see, it got to a point where I was saving all my lunch money in school so I could keep up with other guys. Yet you see that
Keeping up with the Joneses.
You get?
Yeah.
You get, yeah?
Yeah.
You see, that's someone who's in a month is getting 150. Yeah. And you see, he can throw the 10, the 20, the 30.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But we were young.
You get? But that's not for me, you get?
Yeah.
And for me, even like these days with my friends, I tell them, hey, yo, boss, bro, me, on God, this is what I have. If it's not enough, then count me out. Because, like, I ain't gonna start at having to take loans and all those kind of things to do a life that's not even adding value to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many men are on CRB right now. Like,
Bro.
if you compare men and women, many men are on CRB right
Yeah.
now. And it's because you're trying
We're
to...
taking credit too much.
Exactly. It's crazy. And it's funny how you said that when you're in school, you have this particular group of friends and you think it's delusional because you think you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Financially, but you guys aren't. And for me, I learned this in USIU.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I've joined USIU. My first guys are driving cars. Me, I'm there, Subaru.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi. And you're like, hey, guys are driving cars bigger than lecturers.
Yeah.
And so for me, it affected me. That's one thing that disturbed me. If there's something that gave me pressure was that because I wanted to fit in with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I knew Thursday is there. I've stolen my mom's car.
Yeah.
Thursday, it's ozone. We've gone ozone.
Yeah.
I'm coming back on Sunday. Saturday night or Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we go to church now on Sunday. So for me, it's something I had to learn and took years and years and years. And now is when I'm figuring that point for must.
It's not a must.
It's not a must. The same people who you'll see at Gondwana today are the same people who you'll see at Winning Post tomorrow. So as in, like, it's not a must. So that's one thing I struggled with. If there's something I struggled with, is that.
And but it's also something I struggle with because no cap for me, like I know a lot of rich kids. Like it's not a joke. Like like even my dad says sometimes, how the hell even do you know this guy? Yeah. And bro, like sometimes of course you feel the pressure and what, but then there's something. One of the guys I work with is called Anthony Somba, and shout out to him. Mm-hmm. Like when we have this conversation, he always tells me the first thing is trust the process. Yeah, and that's one piece of advice I'll give is trust your process. You're not where you are by mistake. You're here for a reason. Yes. And then the second thing is stop judging someone based on them. They could be on their 100th page. Mm-hmm. You're on your first page. You think it's the same? No. An introduction is not the same as the 100th page of the story.
Of course.
Exactly. So trust your process and also learn to write your own story. And, step by step, one day, eventually, God will, inshallah, you'll get there.
No,
and that's
true.
the greatest piece of advice I'll give you, bro.
True.
Bro, the funniest thing you've actually mentioned is that you used to take your mom's car.
I used to. She like it figured a point where Thursday has reached. She's going to sleep like on the pillow, yani, with her keys just next to her. You know, like it was that crazy. It was that wild. Bro, there's even some times where I had to, like in high school, like after high school, when 6 a.m. was 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Bro, I've actually, like there was a point where I didn't have cash.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to go for Kikoi culture.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know I actually sold tires? Hard tires. I actually, bro. Yeah, we used to stay in Ngumo.
Yeah.
So there's like a garage over there.
Yeah.
I actually, like, we had two tires.
Yeah.
You know how she changed tires? She left them there.
Yeah.
Bro, I carried all those 4 tires.
Yeah.
Just to get a ticket and money for Kikoi culture.
Yeah.
Like, it figured a point where, you know, now I look back at those days and, like, even though I was young.
Yeah. Crazy.
And I was moving mad. I was a wild boy. Right. You know, and I know even you have a lot of stories.
Bro, let me tell you something. Wow. Hey,
it's vulnerability time.
Hey, now this one I'm telling you, this one now I'm getting kicked out the house for real. Yeah, bro, let me tell you. So now there's a time, we were meant to go to Coast, and bro, my parents have said, nini, what me, I'm saying, me have to go by force. I've even heard that people have told me, Paco incoming, you know, I'm coming in hot, So now one of my friends back then, okay, now we're like, not really that friends, but bro, this guy, he's convinced me. He's told me, do this, bro.
Yeah.
Just sell your old laptop.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. Just sell your old laptop.
Yeah, for context, how old are you?
Bro, how old was I? I can't.
You can't remember?
Was I? I don't know. Maybe
was it after high school?
Maybe no. It wasn't. I was still in school.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy, he actually convinced me.
Yeah.
Told me, bro, do this. Just sell your old laptop. And just sell the PS3.
Even me, I sold a PS.
Bro,
I sold a PS.
Bro, he told me,
to some Japanese guy.
Bro, he told me we go Coast. I told him, safe, bro.
Yeah.
This guy is taking me deep down. Bro, I don't even know where I am. I'm even saying, Jesus, we could have come all this way. The bag is stolen.
Yeah.
We don't even have the piece. We don't go Coast. And I've lost everything I have.
Nah.
Yeah?
My goodness.
Bro, but I don't know how this guy actually convinced me. Like, bro, look at the shores that are coming to the villa. I said, wow, lazima hapa niende. Hii trip, I cannot miss it. Yeah, bro, so when I sold them. Yeah.
What? But you're in the money because you sold the PS3 and
bro.
Hey, bro.
That time youngin like this, I've gone to cost is about like 50 band. I'm bullying, I'm chilling, bro. You know
but
what
you know, we need these experiences.
Yeah, no, bro. We did. Bro. Let me even just, now that we're even talking about this, now social pressure again,
Yeah.
So even another day, like now long time, this now time I think I was even 15, 16, bro.
Those days for, you know me, I thought me nilianza sherehe mapema.
Bro, me answered. Bro, now you know those days for club band.
Exactly. Yeah,
bro, now me, I'm there. I've gone out like this with my boys like this. I'm thinking, it's gonna be a nice night really like this.
A pre-game, a junction.
Yeah, exactly. Junction like this, my Supras,
exactly.
Those Nads, silly band.
Silly band.
Bro, big drip. Bro. Big drip. I've gone there, big
life was
drip.
much simpler then.
Bro, very simple like this. Nini, chapa one cup black ice, you're easy.
Exactly.
You don't even need a lot.
But then how would you get drunk on black ice?
You know,
in Hong's days.
Yeah, so now me, I've gone there. Bro, it was one of those days.
Yeah.
Club band was dead. Like literally there was like maybe like 10, 12 people, nice music, nini.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like nowadays that clubs are always popping. You know, those days it was,
Yeah.
So I say, me, I can't stay here. I say, okay. Guys are like, you know us, we can't go, nini. Some weird guys used to chill with back then. But then, on God, I know you stole my laptop and I'm coming for you, bro. But anyways, so now me tell guys, pull up to my crib. My parosa is there. Yeah. So then we sleep in the watchman's house.
No, this is after club now.
Yeah, after club. Bro, this is like at 2 a.m. Bro, so now we just go.
Yeah.
It's cold. So we sleep in the watchman's house, but it's still fucking cold. So you know what I say?
You sleep in the watchman's house?
Yeah, now we're 4 of us.
How big is that watchman's house?
Listen, it's not that big. We're 4 of us. So it's me. Now some Shore was it at that time and like 2 goonies. Yeah?
Oh,
listen now.
You made the Shore sleep in the watchman's house.
Bro, listen now. Listen now. So
you're goated.
Bro,
you're goated.
I may say, yo, after like 10 minutes at house, I said, Yo, screw it. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
So I go, I ring the bell. My dad wakes up, nini,
Yeah.
tells me, yo, you guys, you can sleep downstairs. Let's shut it, nini.
Yeah.
See, like this, they go to church. They've left me in the crib like this.
Yeah.
In the morning, I wake up. There's no one in the house.
What?
Bro, my bro comes back. He's like, yo, where's my laptop? I'm like, what do you mean, where's your laptop? He's like, bro, I can't find my laptop. He's like, bro, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Bro, like this, nini, like, a month later, I see that guy, I don't know, on an app like this, he's saying making a new song. Kumbe, I jacked my bro's laptop, bro. He didn't even check the stickers, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. And bro, on God, I know he stole the laptop and I'm coming for you.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Carl's laptop or Kobe's?
Kobe's, bro.
Yeah. So you went to some music or Kobe's?
No. That's why Kobe wasn't making me. Thank God, bro. That guy, he'd be a star right now. He'd be a star. Yeah, but bro, yeah, man.
That's wild. Nairobi is crazy.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Hey, my
But why do you think,
my parents were pissed, though?
Yeah.
But what do you think?
Why do you think, like, compared to women, us men are the ones who, like, feel the need to... Is it seek validation or... Like, seek validation? Or actually just be more inclined to face these pressures than women?
Bro, I think first of all, I never thought this before you mentioned it in the start of the podcast, and it's the thing you said is women are born already with meaning or with power, or purpose.
Yeah.
They already have some sort of value.
Purpose. I love that word, purpose.
Yeah, value.
Yeah.
Let's say value. Yeah, not purpose. Value. Women are already born with value. As a man, you're born with nothing. And as men, we're egoistic people. That's naturally we're those kind of people, and that's why we feel more social pressures and everything. And then also you're born as previously you're born as the head of the house, so it's like you have to provide. So and even if you look at it, it's also how we've been raised as kids. A boy falls, he's told, stand up, you're a man. A girl falls, oh, sorry, sweetie, it's okay, cry, nini,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that have come from back then that have influenced, our behavior. If you look at back in the days, it's the men who went out to gather and hunt, as the women stayed, to take care. So, and even for men to become a king or what, you had to fight another man. So there's always been that fight for power, And as a man, even you like power, you like wealth, you like status. Like it's even something I was talking to my dad about. Like, as men, those are things we naturally like. You want to be with a good woman, someone that guys are like, hey, who you, and that's why the king used to have a chance to choose from whoever he wanted. Yeah. So there's a lot that's been from the past that has come into our present and future. You get? Yeah. So I think that's one of the problems. What about you?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I would say basically it's what we've been saying. Yeah. The fact that like women are born with, even though you don't say purpose, that's the main thing. And for us men, we have to look for our purpose, and we have to look for our worthy, and it's a quest for just finding yourself and finding your purpose. So for us, we look at external factors to validate us. Yeah. And that's how, like, it's like I usually see memes like saying like a man can't truly be loved. Like you can only be loved for what you bring to the table. Yeah. I don't know whether I agree with it fully.
Can I tell you the craziest thing that now that you said that, like, even me, my dad told me the other day. Let me tell you something. Tupac. Yeah, I'll tell you actually two things my dad told me. Yeah, one he told me today, the other one he told me the other day. So the other day what he told me is like, Tupac, let me tell you something, all these things you'll ever do in your life, yes, a man is his money, power, or status. Yeah. Let me tell you, even if you look at it, your wife will only love you for your money. Yes? Yeah, there'll be love. Yeah. But trust me, money plays a big part in that love. Well,
there's no vibes in inshallah.
Listen, let me tell you, even for your kids, it's the same thing. And told me, look at you guys. Yeah? Yeah. When there's the money, you guys want money, look at how much love around me. Oh, dad, let's go for lunch. Oh, you want to go for a trip. Nini. You've even pulled him out the house. You've taken him for lunch. But the days you want money, and that's how I even know, even before you've talked. Yeah. before you leave this house, you'll come, you'll sit with me, say, oh, hi dad, how's your day? Nini nini, nini nini, nini nini, blah blah blah. All that talk. Yeah, ask for the money and leave. But if I probably if I have my own money or I don't need money where I'm going, is I'll just walk out the house.
True. Very, very true.
Yeah, so
very true.
A man is his money, bro. And let me tell you something.
But can you find a baby who just loves you?
Bro, you can, but I believe money will still play a very important aspect in that relationship. And I've like, even you know some, and even as a man, you wouldn't want your shorty to pay for everything.
Now, of course.
Yeah. So eventually you'll end up like, there'll be that friction or you get. So that's what I say. And let me tell you, even now what my dad told me today is, a man is his power, and you can either get only power 3 ways. Either you steal it, yes. So maybe you can go rob a bank, nini, then you get power, nini.
Yeah.
Either you're born with it. So maybe like you're the president's kids, you're born with power. Yeah. Or you actually work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for the men listening out there, it's either of the 3. So you need to choose wisely.
I agree. But can you have all of them?
You can't. There's guys who have all of them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to be cancelled. But there's guys who have stolen power.
Yeah.
They have power.
Yeah.
And they're born with power.
No, yeah. For sure.
You get.
For sure.
So
for sure. When you put it like that,
you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just depends on what you want as a man, because for sure I'm telling you, and I'm gonna repeat this, bro, in like 20-30 years it'll be save the boy child, because right now the women are as smart as us,
trust me,
if not smarter,
trust me.
The women are as rich as us, if not richer, you get. So
all these big cars nowadays, I did a car research like 2 weeks ago. I'm stuck in traffic here at Gecko Car Wash. The cars that are passing me are all being driven by women, and it's big cars.
Bro, can I tell you the craziest thing ever?
Yeah.
And as men, this is now where we get the social pressure is. We tend to spend our things on things that help us get status or validation in the short run. We don't play the long game.
Exactly.
And that's our problem.
Exactly. When we do that, sorry to cut you off. And when we do that, it's to flex on other boys, our boys.
You get.
See, most of the times it's to flex on other boys. It's not to flex on the shoulder as such.
So now let me give you an example. This is it. 2 people, a man and a woman, both probably work in the same company, have the same salary. Let's say 50K. The man, maybe 10 he's paying rent, the woman as well 10 she's paying rent. Then maybe 10 is another expenditure, another 10 is another expenditure. After that, 20 for the man, entertainment. You see? And he's entertaining that lady who is earning the same salary as him. Yet that lady is probably saving up for a car, or she's in a chama that's going to buy land.
Especially chama.
You get? So as men, we actually need to stand up and think about what's our next step and how to support other men. I feel as men, especially in the past, we've been built as very competitive people instead of very supportive. Women have been built as supportive people. And think about it, how many times do women say, come, let's start this chamanini? But bro, a man, he'll just come and tell you, oh, me nili sign a deal. He would even tell you that, anyway, by the Melvo, if you put maybe another 300 into this deal, could have even made more.
Bro, you're very right. I like what you said. Like, as men, we were raised on competitiveness and not supportiveness. That's true. Bro, that's so true. Me, I'm 25 and I went through a quarter life crisis. You know what Drake says? I'm 23 and going through a midlife crisis. I swear. And it took at a point where I've realized I spent so much time putting my focus on the wrong things.
But you're not the only one. Even I am. I realized it, bro. Like, even me, quarter life, I realized that I've actually spent so much time doing the wrong things. I've done so much that has pushed me away from being who I really was. But at the end of the day, I take it as a lesson. I don't take it as a curse or anything. I know it's a lesson, but I say that, and that's why I have this kind of podcast, because if I could speak to like 16-year-old Tupac, I'd be like, bro, nigga, stop trying to sell that shit, bro. If you're trying to sell that shit, sell it and buy shares in Safaricom. Like now it'd be balling. You get, yeah. But then, there's even a time, I looked at all my receipts and like I was like, bro, like all these receipts are just dumb shit, like shit you didn't need it. You need. And
have you ever checked your M-Pesa statement?
No, I'd cry. But anyways, forget that. But no, forget even M-Pesa statement. What I'd like to tell you is, bro, like women, us men, we spend a lot of money on stupid shit. And I won't lie to you, like I do it the same thing. Like a lot of our money is spent on entertainment, going on mini. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment, But at least a woman, she'd even spend at least like a 5K on her nails. Something that she can admire. Bro, once you drink that bottle of whatever it is, it's gone. You've pissed it. There's nothing you've done with it. And my dad tells me that all the time. It's like, you like going out a lot, but do you ever realize, like, what's the one thing you said this month that you've done for yourself that you can? I
agree with you, and I realized this when I went into biashara. You'll notice once you start a business, and it's women related in Nairobi, it will always thrive because women want to buy things, they want to buy clothes, they want to buy things. Us guys, if you're not starting a liquor store, there's no way your boys are supporting you. There's no way. I saw even shoes, even sell shoes. You'll sell 1 or 2 in like a month. So
but
I think
sell booze, you'll say. But do you think then that means we have alcoholic problem? Have we become functioning alcoholics?
Of course, we are, bro. Trust me, Kenya right now, the economy right now, we're all depressed. We go to me. I can't hate on social media because for me, I go there to relax. I had like a long day. Let me go and laugh a bit. Let me go and lie to people and make memes. That's the only thing right now. And I feel like for us, social media has become a coping mechanism, and that's why Kenyans on Twitter enjoy that shit, even though it's toxic. So I think truth be told, we're depressed.
But then can I also tell you something? And alcohol is a depressant, so if you're depressed and you're taking alcohol, it's making the situation worse. You get. So like I believe, like, okay, the high is good. It's good to run away from the problems for, the problem still exists tomorrow.
So is Tupac trying to say that marijuana should be legalized?
I know. I don't advocate smoking. Please, do not do drugs, kids.
I'm playing. No.
Listen, bro. I told guys, do what makes you happy. This is what the podcast is about. But anyways, as we come to the end of this lovely discussion I've had with you,
thank you.
I usually ask my guests 2 questions. So what advice would you give a younger you?
What advice would I give a younger me?
Now that you've gone through all those things, you've sold my tires.
Sold my tires just to go for an event, but it was worth it.
Ilishika. That's a good point, bro.
What I would say to my younger self is that don't take things you see on social media at face value. That's been my biggest lesson this year. Now like getting to work with people in the media, as I said, and influencers, I realized, it's not what that glitters is gold.
It's true.
Guys are doing the most, and you won't find this pressure with your local Ndudi guy. As in, that's why they say money, more problems. It's true. So I would say don't take things you see on social media at face value. And number 2 is you don't have to be everywhere. I
just want to be everywhere. I still do sometimes, but at least now I've learned to control it. And bro, like, just to even add on what you said, is like, don't take everything for face value. Like me, there's a time at one of these clubs, I saw like this guy is my age, is influencing in like this, and I was like, wow, this kid has money, bro, and then to find out it's only one bottle drinks, the management takes the rest, but it's to influence goons like you to buy.
Exactly. We can, so many.
But anyways, what advice would you give an older you?
What advice would I give an older me? How old? What advice would I give an older me? Is learn how to invest.
Yeah.
Like learn how to invest. The same way you said, if I was 16 and I went into the shares game right now, and this I've learned from my sister.
Yeah.
My sister is 21. She wants to buy her first land. In Nanyuki.
Yeah.
Me, I'm 25. I was not thinking like that at 21. The same maybe girls mature faster than us.
Yeah.
So I would say I wish I invested early and just invest early. And it's not too late.
And my piece of advice for you is, bro, it's never too late, bro. Mm-hmm. It's never too late.
Yeah.
I think you're where you are today because it gets you closer to the person that you're meant to be. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Any last words for the camera?
I want to shout out. No, let me first give you your flowers, bro. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
For you might not see it, like from us who are outside, we've seen the growth.
Yeah.
What I was telling you, you're not the same Tupac I knew like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like this growth. And you're consistent with your content, which is good. Trust me, I know how it's hard to be consistent.
It's very hard.
Hey, so it's the consistency for us as a whole. So that's how I would like to conclude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanna say?
By then I'm single. Girls out there. Slide. Yeah. But it's been a pleasure. Bro, cheers, man.
Bro, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming. It's been a very good conversation.
Yeah.
You've given me some memories that I never thought I'd speak about here, but well and good, man, and for those of you tuning from home, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming and vibing with me for another week. Remember, just to kick it is a blessing. See you next week. Goodbye.